Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, and welcome to my Oscar predictions for February of 2021. Holy shit, we're getting close to those Oscars. It's finally happening. I'm so excited. There's a lot that's happened since last month, so I'm very excited to share with you my predictions. Originally, I was gonna wait till after the Golden Globe nominations in order to bring out this video, but I don't want to wait, and I got other stuff that I'm working on, so I really wanted to bring this video out. So let's just get going. Best Picture! And I'm really excited because I've actually switched up. It's going to Nomadland. Yeah, it's going to Nomadland. It's winning a ton of awards, doing very well for itself. It's going to go to Nomadland. And I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed. Not because I don't think it deserves to win or anything like that. Honestly, I haven't seen the film yet, so I'll save that comment for afterwards. But because I like seeing competition at the Oscars. I like seeing when multiple movies are going head to head and you're just not quite sure which one's gonna come out. And yeah, that's exciting to me. And so when you already know who the winner is gonna be, it's kind of boring. Now, is that to say that we can't be surprised that another film can't sneak in and take the win? No, anything's possible, but it's not very likely. So yeah, Nomadland. The other ones on here, I still think Child of the Chicago 7's at number 2. And you might notice that I actually dropped Mank out of my top 5 and onto my number 6. And it's because I've been seeing a lot of backlash against it recently. I don't think it's what people wanted it to be, and thus they're really not paying attention to it anymore. I get it. I get it. I liked Mank a lot, but I get it. Apart from that, Promising Young Woman, who a lot of people wanted to call me out on, left off the list last month. I put it at my number 7 right now. I think that's a good spot. I don't think the Oscars are cool enough to really give it a really strong possibility at picture, but I could see it possibly getting a nomination. The rest doesn't matter. Honestly, this is not going to be 10 nominees. I think it's going to be 8. I think they're going to be set on 8. And quite honestly, I think you're fine with 7. Heck, get rid of Mank, 6. If there's a year that should have the least amount of nominees because it's just not that strong a year, it would be 2020. Now, director, on the other hand, I'm super excited because it's going to Chloe Zhao. Yeah, good God, even more so than picture. What is she on? 23 wins now? 24? Oof. She's doing amazing. Chloe Zhao. If you're betting against this, you're gonna be wrong. So, yeah. Now, the only things I did mention is I swapped Aaron with David. Again, just because I think Mank getting that backlash. But it doesn't matter because it's going to Chloe. I will say, however, I didn't move Regina King out of here, and I placed Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. I don't know if that's the right move. Again, I don't know if the Oscars are of a mindset where they really want to nominate this movie. It's not cool enough to do that sort of thing. So, I don't know. I might put Regina back on there next month. I think right now just the hype behind Promising is too much to ignore. And yeah, I would really like to see 2 female directors getting nominated for the first time ever. Although, how exciting would it be if we got this? Yeah! Fuck the 2 director female nominations. Let's go for 3. Let's go all out. That would be fucking exciting. I'm still thinking Chadwick Boseman will take home the win for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Because if he doesn't, it's going to be incredibly sad. Now, apart from that, you will see that I dropped Anthony Hopkins down to number 4, and it's because The Father's not doing so hot right now. Though I have heard it's because the screeners aren't getting into the right people's hands. So maybe that'll change within the next month or so, but right now, yeah, it's not looking too good. So, sorry, Anthony. Hopefully you'll do better. Now, who has been doing better, and actually who's been doing fantastically, is Delroy and Riz. They're killing it right now. And so I know a lot of people that would rather place them in the number 1 spot, but I just, the posthumous award. I don't see them going for anybody else other than Chadwick. It would just be too damn sad. And the number 5 slot is really open right now. I'm not ready to get rid of Gary just yet, but don't be surprised if he doesn't make the cut. It could go to someone else. For actrice, I am thinking Frances McDormand, who is also doing incredibly well. And I have a feeling that they want her to be the next Meryl Streep or next Daniel Day-Lewis. They want her to be on that level with her 3 Oscar actress wins. And so, yeah, I feel that's what they're really pushing on right now. Now, it would be a fool, as many people have told me, to not have Carey Mulligan on here. And yeah, truthfully enough, she's been doing very well as well. But again, I'm gonna repeat myself here, but I just don't think the Oscars are cool enough to give it to her. I might be wrong, you can call me out for that, but I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced just yet. The other ones on here, I think Vanessa Kirby is still a shoo-in for the nomination, as is Viola Davis. Viola falling further down just because, again, she doesn't have a lot of screen time in the movie. I think that's what's going to hurt her. And for the 5th slot, I put Sydney Flanagan because I would really like to see her nominated. It's a long shot. Again, you can call me out for that, but I gotta make this somewhat exciting. Don't want me to have the same picks as everyone else, do ya? Still banking on Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. I'm really hoping that movie is as good as that trailer makes it out to be. And honestly, Daniel deserves an Oscar. He's a great actor. And if for whatever reason he doesn't get one this year, he's gonna get one. Mark my words, he's gonna get one at some point. So, number 1 right now. Apart from that, Leslie Odom Jr. And Paul Raci is doing incredibly well. And again, so much in fact that I know people will probably have either one of them at the number 1 spot. I'm still crossing my fingers that Daniel's the one that comes out ahead, but you know what? I can't deny that the other 2 are doing fantastically right now. Sacha Baron Cohen is dropped. He's not doing as great as everyone was hoping he'd be doing, so I gotta move him down. And yes, I know, Bill Murray. I can't get rid of him. How can you get rid of Bill? Come on, it's Bill Murray. And I'm hoping the Oscar voters feel the same way. He's not gonna win, but I think he at least deserves to be recognized at least one more time. Supporting actress is incredibly exciting right now. You'll notice that this list is very different from last month's. First and foremost, Yoon Yoo-jun, Minari, I think is leading the pack right now. And yeah, I'm really hoping that she ends up taking the win. However, that might be just me being hopeful for that. I think her performance is kind of comedic, which also falls with Maria Baklava kind of being lower as well. The Oscars don't really go for the comedic performance. I might be wrong about you. I haven't seen Minari yet, so maybe she has these very dramatic lines as well, but I'm just not quite sure. But I still want to put her number 1 just because I really want her to win. I still think Ellen Burstyn could be your number 1. She has one of those scenes that no doubt will elicit emotions out of the audience. And definitely has one of those scenes that you're just like, what? Where did that come from? And I think voters like that, because I do. So I completely understand Ellen still being a lot of people's number 1. However, Olivia Colman on the flip side, not doing so hot. And again, that could be because those screeners just really not getting out into people's hands, so that could change. If it continues down this path though, I would probably swap her out with Amanda Seyfried, who you will no doubt notice is still not on here. Look guys, I think Amanda did a fine job. She did her job just fine. She did it well. But I mean, especially when you compare it to a lot of these other ones, and what people have been saying about these other ones, I just don't think she stacks up. Plus, as I said, man, getting that backlash, I think is going to hurt a lot of the nominations it was originally going to probably be in contention for. That's just me. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what about Glenn Close? Get her out of there. I don't want to do that. I think the Oscars have too much respect for Glenn, and I think they'll at least slip her into the number 5 spot. And I get it, Hillbilly Elegy, fucking terrible film. I still think Glenn was the one shining bright spot in the movie, and the voters are probably gonna reward her for that. Alright, if you're still with me, let's talk about some screenplays, shall we? First, adaptive screenplay. Nomadland. Yeah, I think this one's pretty much a done deal. I don't think it's gonna go to anybody else, although Ma Rainey, probably your second strongest pick right there. But yeah, Nomadland. For original screenplay, however, you know what? I'm this close to swapping Trial with Promising. And again, the only reason I don't is going back and repeating myself. I just don't think the Oscars are cool enough to do so. But if there is one category that they're slightly more cooler to do that in, it would be in its writing. So, you know what? Maybe Aaron has enough. Maybe they're like, let's give it to somebody else. Maybe next month I'll swap. I'm not ready to just yet. Next up, editing. And honestly, it's just gonna go to Trial of the Chicago 7. This one's a done deal. We can just move on from here. Swapping things out in cinematography, I actually have Nomadland winning. Mank was definitely my frontrunner last month. Actually, it was a lot of people's frontrunner. But then Nomadland kind of snuck in and slit its throat, tossed its body aside, and started claiming all the awards. So yeah, I gotta go with Nomadland. And honestly, just looking at the trailer, I think it's one of the things most people will take away. Just from the trailer alone, you get those nice shots of the horizon and just this very flat desert land, and yeah, looks really nice. Nomadland. However, Mank still is gonna get a couple of wins. First and foremost, costume. I definitely think it's still very much gonna win here. Nostalgia, Circle Jerk Award, whatever you want to call it. I think a lot of these voters are gonna have stars in their eyes, maybe literally, when they look at this film. And this one actually goes hand in hand with production design. Again, just another one. I think Mank is the clear out winner. Nostalgia, just too strong. You can't win against it. Don't do it. Makeup and hairstyling, pretty exciting right now. It's not changed from last month. I still think it's gonna go to Ma Rainey. They just hide Viola so goddamn well. It's definitely the first thing I noticed while watching the trailer, while watching the movie. Very good makeup on that one. And on that note, Hillbilly Elegy, this is probably gonna be the only other nomination it gets. And yeah, they hide Glenn so good. That makeup, that hair, mwah. One of these two's gotta be your winner. I mentioned last month that I was gonna flip Tenet with The Invisible Man, and you'll notice it hasn't happened. And good God, I've gone back and forth on this so many times. I think the Oscars are just too prejudiced against horror films, which is a damn shame. So even though I still think The Invisible Man is the most deserving one, it's gonna go to Tenet. Yeah, it's sad to hear, but that's what I'm going for right now. Okay, let's get out of that funk. Let's talk about some music, shall we? Now, last month, I did a horrendous job of telling you what I thought was gonna get nominated. So this month, I learned my lesson. I did research. I looked at everybody else's list. And yeah, Soul. Soul's doing pretty goddamn well right now. However, I have heard that there is a chance it could be ineligible for the Oscars. And if that happens to be the case, I have no idea. I have Mank at number 2, but I truly don't know who would take it if it didn't go to Soul, because Soul's just been gobbling up those awards left and right. So that would be pretty exciting, actually. Though, kind of feel bad for the people involved with it. So I think they got enough awards already, so you know. However, for original song, that one I actually didn't do that bad. It seems the one that I had predicted, keep in mind without really researching almost anything, was Speak Now for One Night in Miami. And sure enough, that's the one that most people are going for. So I'm leaving it at my number 1. The rest are the rest. Judge me what you will on those other ones. I'm just not a fan of a lot of these songs. Speak Now really being the only one that I kind of enjoyed. And moving on to the last music for your ears, the sound category. Still going with Sound of Metal. That movie is all about the sound. I mean, as I said last month, it's not afraid to be loud. It's not afraid to be quiet. It's a movie that the very first thing you're gonna notice, apart from the great acting from Riz, is the sound. So that's where my money's going. As if to clinch its victory, Soul recently got into the AFI Top 10. So it's gonna get animated feature film at the Oscars. And I know those of you out there who were really hoping Wolfwalkers would come in and sneak in and like take it. I'm there with you. I was secretly hoping for that as well, but there's no more denying it anymore. It's going to Soul. Yeah. So it's done deal. Documentary, however, is incredibly exciting. Good God, there's so many documentary films that have won. It's like almost every single one of them has won, except for the one that I wanted to be a strong contender, Totally Under Control. Yeah, I don't think that one's won anything from what I can remember. So yeah, Time I think is probably your best bet right now. It's won the most, but coming in close behind it is Dick Johnson Is Dead. Though I think a lot of people are afraid to put that on their list due to the curse that's been surrounding this category for the last couple of years. Collective, good chance it might be a double nominee. And last couple of things I wanted to mention, I think for the number 4 spot, it's either going to go to All In or it's going to go to Boy State. Both political documentaries, I don't think they're both going to get in. People are going to choose one or the other. And then I don't know what the possibility of Crip Camp getting into the number 5 spot is, but you know what? It feels like a good film to round up this group of nominees. It's, talk about all different forms of documentaries. That would be a really nice fit slot. International feature film, another round. That's the one that's been doing the best so far, so I don't see how it could go to anyone else, unless it just doesn't make the cut, in which case, I have no idea. The other ones I have on here, again, I'm just going off of what I've heard. Although Collective, as I mentioned, could be double nominee, could be foreign and documentary. That'd be pretty cool, so worth a mention there. And yeah, I would really like to see La Llorona get on here. I know the Oscars are prejudiced towards horror films, but I don't know, maybe they'll give it a pass for international. We'll see. Wrapping things up, I want to talk about the short subjects real quick. Just like last month, I'm only going to be doing one pick just because I'm not too familiar with these categories. And I don't want to ignore them because I think they are still very much part of the Oscars, and I don't like how other channels just say, oh, I have no idea, so I'm not going to talk about them. Fuck it. I'm going to take a step out and take a guess. First and foremost, animated short. I'm gonna go with Boro. I saw this one not that long ago, and it's a really cute short you can see on Disney Plus. Yeah, honestly, it's just a cute little story. I don't think it does anything spectacular. I don't think it's stronger than Out, or at least the message of it, I don't think it's stronger than Out from last month, but I still think it's a really nice short that you guys should check out. It's a short. Go check it out, guys. For documentary short, I have A Love Song for Latasha. I think this one, especially with our culture right now, is gonna be a strong contender. I don't know if it goes enough to take the win. Again, I'm just not very knowledgeable about these type of subjects, about these categories, excuse me. But I think this one was one that we're probably most likely going to be seeing at the Oscars. For live action shorts, I was trying to find any bit of research I could, just because live short is definitely, out of any of these, even the other shorts, my weakest subject. And I saw that Shameless actually got submitted to be in the live action short category. So there you go, guys. One that I actually have some sort of knowledge about. And that's what I got for you. And guys, that wraps up my predictions for February of 2021. Man, I'm glad February is a shorter month because there is definitely going to be a lot I want to talk about. Heck, already, so I can only imagine what next month. By next month, I'm going to be exploding with things I want to get hyped with you guys about. So yeah, like always, guys, please leave any of your comments in the areas below. Please don't forget to subscribe. And guys, until next time, stay safe out there and have a good one.